This part of the test will measure your listening ability when it comes to the conversations and lectures in academic settings. You will listen to a recording, and then answer questions about it. You will be able to take notes while listening, and you can listen to the recording only once. The questions must be answered in the presented order. During the exam, you will not be allowed to go back to the previous question. Now listen to the lecture.
A mechanical wave called sound is produced when something, such air, water, or solids, vibrates. When an object vibrates, it sets the nearby particles in motion, causing a series of compressions and rarefactions that result in a longitudinal wave that travels through the medium. The density and elasticity of the medium affect the speed of sound, or how quickly these disturbances move through it. Most of the time, denser and more elastic materials allow sound to travel more quickly. For instance, the speed of sound in air at ambient temperature is around 343 meters per second, while that of sound in water and steel is about 1,484 meters per second and 5,000 meters per second, respectively. The number of vibrations per second, expressed in hertz or Hz, is the frequency of sound. The frequency range that human ears can hear sounds is typically between 20 Hz and 20,000 Hz. Infrasound refers to sounds with frequencies under 20 Hz, whereas ultrasound refers to sounds with frequencies over 20,000 Hz. The characteristics of sound waves include reflection, refraction, and diffraction. When a sound wave encounters a surface and rebounds back into the medium, reflection takes place. This idea underlies both the usage of sonar technology and the echolocation of creatures like bats. Sound waves bend when they move from one medium with a different density to another, which is known as refraction. Contrarily, diffraction is the spreading out of sound waves as they come into contact with objects or move through small gaps. Let's now talk about 3 sound-related applications and 2 phenomena unrelated to sound physics. The Doppler effect, which is the modification of the frequency and wavelength of sound waves brought on by the relative motion of the source and the observer, comes first. This occurrence frequently causes us to sense a change in pitch as an ambulance siren comes closer before moving away from us. The second idea is resonance, which is when an item experiences an external force that has the same frequency as its inherent frequency, increasing its amplitude. When using headphones or other devices, noise-canceling technology uses destructive interference to cancel out undesirable noise. The photoelectric effect, which is the emission of electrons from a substance when it absorbs electromagnetic radiation, and nuclear fission, which is the process of breaking atomic nuclei to release energy, are the 2 phenomena that do not belong to sound physics.
Now listen to the conversation between two people.
I'm not sure how I should be writing my paper. Computer-aided teaching is something I don't have personal experience with, and it has been really difficult trying to come up with any really persuasive arguments.
Really? We talked so much about computer-assisted learning in class. I would think there'd be a lot to write about.
Well, in terms of theory and methods, yeah, I guess I can summarize a lot of that stuff, but I was under the impression that you wanted us to write about our experiences with computer-assisted learning, too.
Yes, that's right. Didn't you have an internship last year? If my memory serves me, you were teacher's aide at a school in the district, weren't you?
I was, but that was at George Washington Elementary School. There wasn't any computer-assisted learning. The kids were like 7 years old. The teacher I was working with didn't use any of the things you taught us about, like using computers to present information or computerized testing. None of that stuff.
You were at George Washington? I used to volunteer there. Don't they have computers in every classroom? Are you telling me they weren't used at all?
Well, no. No, that's not what I mean. They were used, but not in the ways we covered in class.
Aha, there you go.
What?
Remember? The assignment is to write about theory and practice. Your paper could focus on how, in practice, computer-assisted teaching can take lots of different forms.
But I told you, the teacher I was working with didn't use the computers in her teaching. The kids used them, of course, to play games. They had math activities, some spelling programs, matching words and pictures. It seems like the kids knew more about the computer than the teacher did.
Well, there you go. That is your paper. Look, why not focus on the way kids use computers to reinforce the skills they were learning through independent time on the computers? Those so-called games were actually all pretty educational, right? And your observation about how kids were more open to computers in the classroom than the teacher sounds like the potential for an excellent paper, if you ask me.
Actually, when you put it like that, it does sound like I have a lot I could write about. But I'm getting kind of a late start. The paper is due on Friday, right? Any chance you could give me until Monday?
On one condition. If you hand me in a rough outline or a first draft on Friday, I'll give you the weekend to complete the final version.
Listen to part of the conversation again. I was under the impression that you wanted us to write about our experiences with computer-assisted learning, too.
Yes, that's right. Didn't you have an internship last year? If my memory serves me, you were a teacher's aide at a school in the district, weren't you?